what other solutions are there? Okay, I told you that the mill levy was state, county, city, and schools, right? And schools are the biggest chunk of it. But the state has a 20 mill levy and a 1.5 mill levy. The 20 mills goes to education. You pay your property taxes, the state takes their 20 mills, and then they distribute it using this crazy formula to all the schools in the state. And don't ask me what that formula is, because it's made to be inscrutable, right? It's made to be complicated so they can keep showering money on the school districts. The other 1.5 mills goes to other stuff for the state. But that 20 mills, it's not gone down in forever. And I told you that the valuation's going up 15% a year. So your property taxes to the state, because the value's going up 15% a year, it's going up. Your property tax state's going up 15% every year, right? So there's another law that, you know, there's all these tax laws that are kind of like a patchwork quilt. People have been sewing things to them for years, you know, trying to fix this, fix that. But in the law, there is an exemption for the state mill levy, right? So on your house, if your house is valued at $100,000 a year, $40,000 is exempted from that 20 mills and that 1.5 mills, the state's mill levy, right? So the first $40,000 of your house, you're not paying state property taxes on, right? There are proposals to double or even more that exemption. So instead of not paying property taxes to the state on your first 40,000, you wouldn't pay property taxes on your first 80,000 or 100,000 or whatever. I'm going to go for the biggest number I can get here, people. You know, if I can get 10 million exemption, get 10 million exemption. Nobody will pay the state anything. Okay, I'm good with that. That we sent the governor that bill last year, and she vetoed it, and we didn't have enough votes to override the veto. Okay, you know, Democrats, when they vote, the Democratic House Caucus, they lock arms. You know, I got some former legislators here nodding. They lock arms. They vote as a single block on whatever they're going to vote, yes or no. Republicans, you get 2 Republicans in a room, you got 5 opinions, right? We can't agree on nothing. So we have a hard time overriding vetoes because we've got a super majority plus 1 vote. That 1 vote, he never votes with us. He always votes with the Democrats. He's a former school superintendent. You draw your own conclusions. But those other 84, we're a cantankerous bunch of people, and we never agree on nothing. So it's very hard to override or veto when we need every vote. And sometimes we can. We overrode or veto on fairness in women's sports. You know, a couple other big. A woman is a woman and a man is a man in the state law. Those things we were able to override the veto, but on the tax bill last year we weren't able to override the veto. This is very likely to pass because last week she gave her State of the State address, right? And in her State of the State address, she gave this long list of things that she wanted to cut in the taxes, and they're all the things that we sent her last year that she vetoed, including this. Okay, she said 100,000. I'm going to take her up on it. She's going to raise the exemption to 100,000. Sold to the lady with bad haircut. I'm going to cut that out of the video, by the way.